Oops. No! Hey everybody's Cheshire Soul here. Decided to do some more Mass Effect. I accidentally loaded the wrong save, I was deleting stuff. Wanted to load that one. There we go, fix our loadout. Hi Else. Else is saying hi, she's my kitty cat. I forget exactly where I left off in here. I think I'm still in the middle of completing planets before I move on. I'm not comfortable moving on with the main storyline without completing the planets right now, because I feel like that's going to affect my, my thing. Okay, Else, I'll give you some belly rubs before I start. She's like, I need belly rubs. She's a very demanding cat. Almost time for her to have dinner. So, Lexi and Anan. Wait for an email from Knight. Okay, so I just gotta wait for an email. Gather intel on enemies. Okay. I get 2 points, so I might as well save them. Let's see. Hey Chilled, welcome back to the stream. How are you doing today? Just got 13. Okay. 25 melee damage, melee force. I'm gonna go with that. Just only got 4 points. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with that. Chilled says, doing alright, and how's you? I'm doing alright. Just relaxing. Playing a little bit of Mass Effect. Trying to make sure that all my squad mates are leveled up. Let's see. They all need to be leveled up. Let's see here. I'm gonna obviously go with that. Basically, I'm looking for stuff that boosts a hell of a lot on my characters. That's what I'm looking at. Let's see here. Damage resistance and cover 20. Damage resistance while enemies are near 20. I think I should do that. Me, I only got 2 points, so... So I literally have to wait for an email from someone named Knight. Okay. Oh, I still gotta do a hell of a lot on EOS, okay. So... I'm gonna save that. I'm just gonna go wherever my little heart desires. Let's see here. I don't know, I told Liam I'd help him, so let's do something with Liam. It's a side quest. It counts. It's not as boring as going around, driving around on the planet, so...
The heart of this system is a massive red giant, like Arcturus back home.
Far more remote, I'm afraid.
Whee!
Anomaly on sensors. Deploying probe. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna take that copper. The only way to gather more intel on enemies is to fight more enemies, so... We'll go around here, see what's around. Might as well scan the place while we're here. I wanted to be more social last night, but that didn't work out. I'm like, I want to play video games with people, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed.
Probe away. Anomaly found.
So I scanned those planets. Scanned at that one. Now we'll go here. Whoa. Yeah, we'll have Liam and Joel here. I think I'm good. Do I have a different Omni Blade though? Yes, I do. M3 Predator, let's see here. Token 3. Yeah, I'm not changing that one. M23 Katana. Okay. My weight is a little heavy. See here.
All right, we're set to go. Somewhere.
This is on me. I'll take care of it. Any sign of the pirates who took my contact?
There's too much background radiation. Could be anything hiding out there. All that debris in orbit.
That tracks. Heard they were scavengers. I'd hoped Bradley or some of our colonists would follow. Join in.
We'll make do with what we've got. What's the plan?
Somewhere out there is a ship full of pirates. They might have our specs.
Thanks to you.
Yes, thanks to me. So we can't go in hot. I say we play to their scavenger routes. With that debris. I'll explain in the airlock. We've wasted enough time. Let's hit the go button, shoot pirates, and save people. We've got this.
What we've got is a chance.
And I'll make the most of it. You'll see. We play this right, they'll deliver us just where we need to go. I have a plan.
Not loving this plan, Liam.
Come on. Hiding in derelict cargo to get scavenged. Sure, we don't know what we're up against. Neither do they. Trojan horse simple.
What's a horse? And how do we know there's air out there?
There's air. Whoa. This isn't right.
Liam, you said to expect pirates. This is a catch ship. A big one.
Change of plan?
Liam, what are you doing to me? Getting me in trouble with all this
Okay,
stuff.
it's a catch ship. But scavenging isn't the MO.
Alarms, Liam.
Doesn't change why we're here. Find Varan and get out. Somehow.
Alarms, Liam.
I know!
Move it! That cargo is your pay!
Sam, that's...
What the? Tell Callan we have stores. We have stores!
Definitely not Cat running this thing.
Shut them down!
These are not cat. Of course, there's one there. Okay. I go over here and take this. So, anybody else? No. Okay.
Hello? What's going on down there?
Sounds like we could get some monsters.
Uh-oh. Locked door. Chilled. So how has your day been? Relaxed. And I felt drained, so I slept in and didn't really get up till the afternoon. Just an easy, laid-back day. What about your day?
Cargo ready?
Oh, that's what they're called again. Angara. Okay. Take all of this. So it looks like Ket, but it's actually Angara. Or Angara, or whatever they say. Let's see.
Report! For the last time, report! We just fixed those base seals. If you idiots blew them, I'll have your skins!
Everything Everything's under control. Just a simple weapon malfunction. How are you?
What is this? Get cameras on the bay. We'll figure it out!
Stoked. This ship is property of Talonwing. Now you're property too, just like the rest. I don't let property mess with my payday.
Who's the rest? And where did you salvage this thing?
I don't answer to livestock.
You got my contact here somewhere.
And more, sounds like. Sam, do you have us?
Not precisely, Pathfinder. Debris and radiation are still disrupting scans.
So where to?
Find Rand and fast. This way.
Ah,
Start there. Let's go.
I was gonna get blown to bits. Shield says, that's good to hear, and it's been about the same. Oh, cool.
Fight to the
Okay.
door they came in.
We're sure the captains are there!
Has to be somewhere. I think I've heard of this Calla and his wing. Supposed to be small time.
The ship says different!
Lucky find?
Tougher enemies!
What? Okay.
That's gear from Varan's outpost.
We don't even know if she's alive!
Shut it!
Reinforcements!
Oh boy. So these are pure pirates. Okay.
Door sealed. Override from the console?
I think so. Can't go in. Let's see.
Come on! We have to find Varan!
We don't even know if this is the
Well,
way!
something has to go right. You take a risk for the right reason. It's supposed to work. Ugh.
So you just let me in here, all blind. Things are not going right.
You dent your locker, the principal will be
It isn't a
pissed.
joke. I jumped us here blind. We don't know where anyone is or how anything works. And now we're fighting some asshole who wants everyone chained. It's like hitting Andromeda all over again.
Shield the bay.
Don't make this about the whole initiative. We're here to help and... Why am I the one defending your plan?
I don't know.
I will not be ignored anymore.
See? Total asshole.
That's it. Space them, Callan. Ugh, I will not be ignored.
Such an asshole.
Ah!
Ah! Shit!
Liam! Hold me!
Unimpressed. Get on the junctions. Go. You folks need a hand?
Oogie! You have timing!
We would have come in sooner, but we didn't know how we could help. Settlers aren't soldiers, but a wreck of a ship with bad shielding?
We've got engineers, son. Oh, power surge. This beast does not like being prodded.
It's the artificial gravity! Everything's shifting!
Liam, Pathfinder, are you okay?
Yeah, we're okay.
We're here. Things have gone a little sideways.
Pretty
Get
sideways.
to engineering and fix the graphs. And I'll do it myself.
Sounds like we made your man angry. You take care of the fighting, Liam. Find Varan. We'll keep this barge stable.
Oh, hell yeah.
Look at all this
stuff. We've lost the map. Sam?
I'm having difficulty analyzing predictive meshes. Walls are not floors.
I feel you. I knew they'd show. Knew they'd find a way to fight.
That's not what you said before.
Moment of weakness.
Duh.
Direction?
Climb up there. The turn got us a new exit.
We're getting real lucky, Liam.
There, just as sideways as we are.
No advantage then. Keep on your toes.
There you go. I punched him in the face. I had to.
We may be in for a lot of pirates. Big ship.
A ship like this would really bring in recruits.
Idiots.
Fight him for it. Report.
Get framework and Garn patch jump.
40% functional at best. Partially stripped.
Parted out, then dumped. A junker.
There we go. Just go this way. What is that? Oh, stuff fell down. Gosh darn
It
it.
collapsed behind us.
Sounds like we're committed to moving forward.
Bright side, no one's sneaking up on us from behind.
Yeah, bright side. What do I gotta do? I gotta go all the way up there.
Dead end past the door.
Bound to be another way, back above us.
So I'm trying to figure out. Said bound to be a way back above us. Uh-oh, I'm stuck in the map. No! That's a glitch. I don't like it. Let's see. Wonder where it's saving from the autosave. Because there's no way I can get out of that. I got stuck in between the meshing of the map
Behind
stuff.
us.
Sounds like we're committed to moving forward.
Bright side, no one's sneaking up on us from behind.
Dead end past the door.
Bound to be another way, back above us.
Oh, duh, I forgot.
Go way up. Wait, there'll be a vent. We can blow it.
You knew that how?
Rand mentioned it. Believe I said she studies tech. Hard to believe they could hide a ship this big.
It's all the radiation and debris. Keeps smart people from stumbling onto it.
Uh-huh.
I'm a bad shot today.
Watch it, they're getting their footing.
So are we. There. See how it's done? Seal them in. Shoot them. No more.
Shit!
We'll get the door. You fight.
The space is giving them trouble!
Even ground for everyone.
Ugh.
A little help on the outside makes all the difference.
Ouch.
That's what you get, shield draining pirate shit.
Let's all stay focused!
Any ammo refill stuff somewhere? Don't see any somewhere. Ah! Gas sniper, no! That did not like that.
Pathfinder, Tanner's working on the lockdown.
Everything's a mess. I can get you out, but I need data. There should be a control hub in that room. Get a scan and have your Sam push it to me.
Uh-oh. I forgot how to scan, what? Okay, I'm trying to remember my controls. This is bad. I'm trying to remember my controls. Trying to remember how to bring up the scanner. Um I think it's the D-pad, but let's see. This is bad. I apologize. I totally forgot how to bring up the scanner. I think I remember. I think it's somewhere on the D-pad.
On the move.
Oh, there we go. Okay, Okay, down on the D-pad. So it's somewhere out here, somewhere. I gotta find where the signal's coming from. Seems like it's getting louder here.
Forwarding scan result.
Ah, this Khaled ran a simple power reroute. Amateur. Hit these access points, Pathfinder. I'll sync with your effort.
Well, go team.
So we got access to consoles. Let's see here. Go through there yet. There's a console. Talon operational override. And vessel.
That's the stuff. Keep it up.
And there's how they salvaged the ship.
He found a way to retrofit a derelict, and he's wasting it on raiding?
Some people get beat down and don't get back up.
Let's see here. Should be another one somewhere. There's another console around here somewhere. it's all the way over here. Oop. Operational override, data override, kill record, and trade record.
That's all I need. Give me a minute.
And we know a little about this Callum.
Big chip on his shoulder. This ship definitely made him dangerous.
Seen his kind before. Small man, big gun.
I'm in their security, if you want to call it that. Here's the doors and... oh, cameras.
On it. Watch the monitors.
There's a red. And... what the hell? They have humans locked up too?
Got your timing wrong, Liam. Khaled wasn't hitting the initiative soon.
He already did. Pathfinder, we have to end this.
Working on it.
Gravity's shifting.
Totally upside down now, okay.
Get off my ship.
Nope.
It's the cargo bay.
Again?
What do you mean you can't see them? Well, get ready everywhere!
I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Pathfinder, that door up there. It was blocked.
How about it, Bradley?
Negative. You'll have to scan for something manual.
We move this, maybe we can reach the door.
Let's find the controls.
Okay, we can work with this.
Slowing the pace for a moment.
Just hacking multiple systems while parked on a ship careening through a debris field.
That means he's good.
Ah. This is very touchy. Okay, so somewhere over here.
Still on their cameras. Khaled has filled the hall past that door.
And the captives?
Past them.
Ready when you are.
Door and crane, here they come.
Alright. Took care of one.
They're pushing harder!
Callum's feeling the pressure. Keep it up. It's like fighting in a topsy toy box.
Leave alliteration out of it!
a good spot to get to. Can't even
How
get.
many pirates does this guy have?
Big ship. Looks like an easy gig.
What else is up here? No one else? Okay. Okay, so I think
Area cleared.
like I think I got it now. So got some stuff.
Knock knock.
What?
Just say who's there.
But it's you.
Never mind.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay, so I gotta go this way.
Getting the hang of all this, right?
A little bit.
Cycling power for doors ahead, but it seals the one behind you.
We're not turning back anyway.
You know we're getting real lucky.
Look, some things you just have to count on. Skill, purpose, allies. We have them all in spades.
And if it goes wrong?
It already did. Still better than day one in Helios.
They're bunkered in the next room, Pathfinder. Sniper, maybe two, and I think cages?
Thanks for the lookout.
Have to take out that sniper.
Whoa.
More pets, let's move!
Not moving yet. Oh, I see that sniper now.
Eyes open, we're not clear.
Oof.
Doors open, Pathfinder.
I don't want to drop all the way down there unless there's goodies. Uh-oh.
That's them! Seal the bulkhead!
Now's our chance.
See that? There's our captives, kicking off.
We need to get in there to help them.
No! Oh crap! I got killed instantly. That was short-lived. Now I know why they give you all this stuff here.
That's them! Seal the bulkhead!
Now's our chance. Take them.
See that? There's our captives, kicking off.
We need to get in there to help them.
back to controls. Let's see. No! I almost had him down, too. Okay, third time's the charm.
That's them! Seal the bulkhead!
Now's our chance! Take them!
Yes, they got that. Stick it off.
We need to get in there to help them.
Keep a distance, keep a distance. Ah. Oh shit. No ammo. I'll take all of it.
Pathfinder. I need to know what happened on the other side of that door.
I'll go over here and get my ammo. Yeah, those were annoying. Especially when I have no clue where to hide.
gravity shifts have tossed the place. Looks like Khaled will be late to market.
There are more like him across the cluster.
One at a time.
Nope. Okay, where am I going? Let's see.
Hello? Anyone alive out there?
We're here. Your initiative? Where'd you come from?
Trading ship out of Kadara. Your Nexus?
Ryder, Pathfinder from the Hyperion.
Holy shit! An arc showed?
Is Veranda all right?
Liam, what are you doing here?
Didn't want you getting killed over what I told you.
I'll never give that up. Not that it matters. Khaled hasn't asked anything.
He dumped her in here, same as us. We're all just labor. Half the ship is our handiwork.
We didn't realize these pirates had gone after initiative already.
He isn't picky. Everyone is keeping him down. Everyone is going to pay. The ship rolled up and we surrendered. Seemed smart at the time.
Take your time, Chilled.
Wait, Khaled captured you to fix this thing?
He wanted to ransom us, but this ship is draining him. It's a wreck.
He had to go back to scavenging just to keep it afloat. So he put us to work.
Found a project car, didn't count on maintenance.
We had help getting this far, and we'll need more. Can you open this door?
I think Dace was working on those systems before all this happened.
Hang on. I've got the override, but we need power. Fault's on their side.
You get that? Turn on the power from your side.
On it. We'll get you out. Okay,
Okay.
did you get all that?
Curiata, can you get them a path?
Allow me. There's a problem. Dace says the override only pulls the lock.
Meaning?
It lets the door open under its own weight. But it's upside down.
So it's gravity hell. Did you get that, Augie? Gravity.
I get you. Curiata, we've been fighting the shorts. Think you can roll with it? All right, Pathfinder. You have the button. Power, override, and hang on.
So I gotta shift the gravity all over again. Okay. No pressure.
No whistling.
Aw.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Why are we whistling?
We have the floor. Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, your exit vehicle will be at the nearest airlock.
You old ham.
Tanner will evac, but we can't have Khaled chasing us.
Where is he?
Engine control. Past where they held the captives.
Right. Final stretch to put a stop to Khaled. After all this, I just have one thing to say. Proud of all our people, Pathfinder. Let's do this.
This is gonna be... I hope he doesn't... He's not waiting for me in some kind of mech suit. I can just see it now.
Fine, take them. I'll chase you down and burn you where you live. My Talon Wing will never let you sleep.
What's he complaining about? Put him right side up, didn't we?
That is true. We fixed his gravity.
Inducted coolant systems? Override.
I might be turning around on this plan, Liam.
Me too.
Set coordinates for EOS. What do you mean it's not responding? Everything to engineering. Yes, even that. I don't care if it's eating.
So this was a decommissioned Ket Arc?
They don't care. They beat people until it works, then use it to steal more people. We've got some shooting to do.
Yeah, we do.
Get a ship, fill it with shooters, and I'm still disrespected. Fine. Fine!
It doesn't have to go down like this!
No one is taking anything from me ever again, Pathfinder! I'll kill you myself!
Cannon's got a pet.
And a shield pulling straight from the drive core. Hold on, we'll try to hack it. Found a weakness. Hit the mark console. We'll hack the shield one port at a time. Make it happen, Pathfinder.
What?
Go for the console.
You're tough.
He's shielded. Head for the console.
I found that fiend like I found this ship. Like I'll have you. That fiend was mine. It's all mine!
Sorry, but who sent
Let's hit that
him
console,
after me?
Pathfinder. You heard them.
Okay, there's...
Your weapons are nothing. You can't touch me.
They'll hack his shields. Let's get the console.
Where is it? Oh.
Your weapons are nothing. You can't touch me.
He's shielded. Head for the console.
That's what I'm doing.
Think you're tough? I rule here.
Go for the console.
I gotta find the console. Oh, here.
Reinforcements! Now! Think you're tough? I rule here. This ship makes me invincible.
Stay in range of the console.
Yeah, stay here. Okay.
tower. Where to?
Hold on in there. We're looking for another weak spot.
Don't take long.
Got it. Liam, do you see?
Second console. Pathfinder, let's shut him down.
Now I know what I'm looking for.
Send on. Send it all!
Go for the console.
How dare any of you?
He's shielded. Head for the console.
Is it like... It's gotta be below.
Let's hit that console, Pathfinder. You heard them.
Oh, there we go.
I'll cage you. Make your people what I was. Nothing! Empty the stores. Throw everything at them!
Ah!
I'll cage you. Make your people what I was. Nothing!
Bad spot. Welcome back, Chilled.
Got it. Liam, do you see?
Second console. Pathfinder, let's shut him down.
Send on. Send it all!
Let's hit that console, Pathfinder. You heard them.
Empty the stores. Throw everything at them! How dare you? How dare any of you? You here? And your Nexus is next! I'll cage you. Make your people what I was. Nothing!
Shield is down.
Go get him, Pathfinder.
Everyone to engineering! Everyone!
I'm at a risky spot.
No! Everyone! Kill them! This can't be happening.
Clean up the rest.
Great.
That's him done. Fool.
Standing.
You're welcome, Chill. I just didn't want it to die while trying to reply to you at the same time.
Don't tell me a stock shuttle can maglock like that. I saw.
Don't spread it around. There you are. Safe and sound?
All good, Augie.
We got everyone out just in time. The inside of that boat is 6 kinds of irradiated now. Hold on. Someone wants to say goodbye.
Thank you, Liam. I didn't expect whatever that was.
You gave them plenty of trouble on your own.
Maybe. But it's good to know your friends will come. And their friends.
We'll get people where they need to go. Most want to come to Prodromos. Varan says we might get some Angara. That's good news.
No detours. We went through a lot to keep everyone in one piece.
I hear that, Pathfinder. Liam, next time, let's just do cards. I'm too old for this shit.
I'll believe that when you do. That worked out. Everything just so. Before you start, I want you to know, well, I'm sorry. I mean, this was a mess. Even though we won, it wasn't by much. It was all worth it. You showed Varan that Pathfinder can stand for everyone. But I need to be smarter about taking risks. So, you're right. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
We did good.
What? Really?
Could do with a little less dangling in open space, but...
You got it. Think that thing would survive a jump back to the Nexus?
Probably not.
Yay! I earned loyalty. Unlock stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I got 5 points. I need to invest more in this, so let's see. Cool. So maybe now when I talk to Leon, maybe he'll have something interesting to say, so let's see. So we're gonna collect some stuff here. I failed at that mission? No.
Need something? Need something done?
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
There we go, I collected everything. No one special in here. Gotta find them. Maybe they're down below.
So, Callow, who's that woman I keep seeing you with on the Nexus?
What? Whom?
You're always short of credits after we come back. Is it because of her?
It's complicated, Suvi.
Hey there, got a sec?
Sure.
Thanks for chatting. We'll talk again later.
You know it.
Nothing new.
Gil, O'Connell and Serena spent months getting our systems coordinated. You can't just strip and redesign those connections on the fly. Gil? I know you can hear me.
The whole ship can hear you. I'm just not listening.
You're fighting again?
I'm thinking the same, believe me. What can I do for you?
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
No new emails. Darn.
The discovery of Aya was just what we needed, Ryder. The Angaran scientists have been so generous in sharing their wisdom. It's been amazing. At least one of the first contact situations went well. Right? The Ket. Habitat 7. I'm thankful the Angara were willing to risk working with us. I'm afraid not all of them are quite so friendly. Some give trust easily. From others, you have to earn it. I'm confident we'll get there. I should get back to things. Sounds good?
Nope. Okay, let's see. Let's try to find some other teammates, see if they got anything new to say. Hey D-Star, welcome back to the stream. How have you been? There was a bird tweeted me that you need cuddles. Ah, thank you. Thank you for the cuddles. Meow 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 meow.
Caught you, Nat.
I always have time for you.
I'll see you later, Jal.
Stay strong and clear.
I noticed Ryder gets really, like, blushy around y'all. Aw, thanks for the cuddles, D-Star.
Still
Thank
passing that mess with Varan and Callan. I made sure the Nexus data will be changed. Kesh is none too happy, but she can blame me. The important thing is we're all alive, I'm all in, and I'm doing things different now.
Accepted, Liam. But let's not do this again anytime soon.
Oh, total agreement there. In fact, this made me think how I'm doing a lot of things. I want to arrange a thing for us and the Angara once their civil stuff is calmer. Maybe talk to Jarl about the Roka. You lend your weight there, I can focus on something normal for everyone.
I always have time for you.
Can I ask you a few more questions?
Of course.
Do Angara plan their futures? Do you dream about what you want to accomplish?
You put plan and dream in the same question.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You meant to do that. Angara thirst for now. We don't strive to make the future better. We strive because the present is lacking.
Can you tell me about your family? Assuming you have one.
Sit down. This will take time. Is someone bringing us snacks and drinks?
Whoa, your family's that big?
I have one true mother, Sahuna. And more than 5 additional mothers. And many, many, many siblings. And cousins. All raised together. Our families constantly change and evolve. Relationships come and they go. My father is gone. Taken. Or killed by the Ket. We never found his body.
My dad died on our first mission here. I didn't know him as well as I could have, I guess.
I think I was close to mine, yet maybe close has a different meaning for humans. Something to learn, I guess. Anything else you want to ask?
Well, enough about that. Do you have a mate? A partner?
I don't. Not for a long time.
Oh, I never went here. Okay. Let's see,
Not for a long time.
I fell in love with a girl once. Aliyah. We were young. I was young. It was my first vassal on Aya. We worked on the same farm. She was a little older. A researcher. I can still hear her laugh. And see her eyes. She kissed me, and I was hers. Thrilled and seduced.
I have a bad feeling about this.
My older brother came to Aya. He was already famous in the Resistance.
Where is Aliyah now? Did she and your brother work out?
They came back to Haval, and she joined our family. She became one of the mothers.
You have to see her every day?
No. They were taken by the Ket. Their children survived.
I think you're interesting and, well, great. Anyway, I'd like to get to know you better. What do you think?
Yes, I'd like that.
That's it?
You are a lovely woman. Fascinating. A brilliant risk-taker. Knowing you better would be a gift. Sincerely.
Okay, then. Well, enough about that. I'll see you later, Jal.
Stay strong and clear.
You see what I mean when she gets all, like, blushy, stammery. She's like, but yeah, everything else she can say her mind to it. It's what I like so far about this game. Like, you know, some of the dialogue is better written in this one. Chill's like, oh wow. 100% completed. Okay, we're good. Let's go over here. Scan some planets.
A lonely system. It's almost lost in the Scourge.
What else could be lost out there? I'm picking up something.
Uh-oh, I gotta go back and scan the whole area then.
Anomaly detected. Probes launched. Detecting what's left of a ship.
Let's go find that ship. Let's see, over here, 2 more planets to go, and then I can go to the one solar system that has a quest in it. Because I find it a pain in the butt to travel everywhere just to scan everything if you skip it all. I learned that from the first game.
I'm picking up something.
Uh-oh, it's here.
Probes launched. I found something.
I got some experience, okay. Let's see. Let's go here now.
This is home. Our ancestors came from this system. From Havaru. It looks so small from here.
Anomaly on sensors. I found something.
What is it? What did we find? Ooh. Resources.
Anomaly detected. Deploying probe. I found something.
More experience. Let's see. I think that's where the quest is, so let's go over here.
I'm picking up something.
Doop.
Probes launched. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Yay! Got some graphite. Let's see. Let's have somebody different. Let's see. Need some muscle in there next to me, so I'll have Drac in here. Have some Krogan banter going on.
Sending the nav point for Darpalev. That's where the Mosha's team should be. It used to be an Angaran town. There'll be landing pads and good sightlines for a safe approach.
Anomaly on the sensors. Something big, possibly hostile, taking evasive action.
Wait! I don't think his...
Well, that's something you don't see back home.
Bringing us in.
That was pretty cool. I think I want to stick to the path. It's a pretty cool little town. Hi, Els.
None of these readings show any change. How could there not be a change? Jarl, we heard about the Moshai's rescue. I'm so relieved. We were all worried for her. This must be the Pathfinder rider. I am honored.
Where's the rest of the team? Ryder has experience with Remnant. We might be able to help their investigations.
You haven't heard? While the team was exploring the monolith, something went terribly wrong. They were caught in some kind of remnant stasis field, frozen in place, unresponsive.
I know how to work remnant tech. I can help you.
We've tried everything we can think of. I suppose it's worth trying this. The monolith is not far from here. See what you can do, but be careful. We don't know what triggered the stasis, and it may happen again.
Fair enough. There's an update. There's a crash site. There's a difficult request. Be safe. And report from Aya. Let's see here.
Support's available. Emergency support for cat attacks. All of them. Old man. What's he doing here? What?
Is everything all right? You seem distressed.
Would you like a reward for that astute observation? You're that alien visitor that came to Aya asking about our vault.
You've heard of me.
Who hasn't? When strange new species turn up, reports spread fast. After the Ket, you can't be too careful. Luge Anson, historian with the Repository of History, Aya. Listen, if there's nothing you need, could you go away? I'm busy trying to get transport off this cursed planet.
Why did you come here from Aya?
Kieran's team found some remnant relics while digging around the old ruins. I was sent to collect them for the repository. It shouldn't have taken more than a day. But things never go according to schedule, do they?
You don't seem to like Havarl very much.
Haval's other regions suit me just fine. But here... oh no. I don't do well in this fierce wilderness. You think these shelters keep you safe? They don't. Woke up this morning and found a thorny vine wormed its way into my bunk. I'm stranded here because a branch pierced my shuttle's power core.
You mentioned remnant ruins. Are there lots of remnant here?
Yes. If you've been out in the jungle, you might have seen some of it. We think the ruins were part of a vast remnant complex. We've seen evidence of hallways that wound through the area, both above and below the ground. Generations ago, our people took shelter in what we found here. That's how Palev was established.
Were there no hostile remnant machines?
None, according to the histories. We found artifacts, of course. Bits of things that we could study. But they say it was like moving into an empty home.
I won't bother you further.
Very well. Watch out for plants while you're out there. Vicious things.
That does not sound comforting. Vicious plants, okay.
I heard the advisory that you'd be out here. It didn't prepare me to meet you.
The name's Ryder. I'm with the Andromeda initiative.
They say you want to help us. I wonder what you're prepared to do.
I'm ready to prove my people are good allies.
A strong statement that doesn't answer my question. My name is Rochelle Veer. I'm an archaeoastronomer. I study our ancient cultural records for stellar phenomena. I piece together lost knowledge of ages past. My goal is to find undiscovered colonies we lost contact with, potential allies against the Ket.
You think there might be Angara worlds you don't know about?
That's what I was trying to learn. Then this happened. I was away when the disaster struck. I thought my home was destroyed, and all my research with it, but I just learned part of the building survived. I'm trying to recover my research data, but the wildlife won't let me near my old home.
These house guests, I assume they're of the hungry variety?
The structure has become a breeding ground for insects and predators. Too many to face alone.
Your work is too important to lose. Let's get it back.
I'll provide my home's location. Just recover my research materials from the computer. I'll remain in contact with you by comm. Thank you for this.
Okay. I gotta go away for a little bit, feed my kitty cat. She needs it. Maybe I could go over here.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
Same game. So this is where I'm gonna pick up next time with Mass Effect. I'm thinking I looked at the time like I want to go just away for a little bit, but I gotta start winding down so I could go to work tomorrow. So I will pick up with more Mass Effect from here on my next stream. I've been kind of dying to play more Mass Effect, so hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of the stream today, and hope to see you all again next time. Thanks for joining me. This is Cheshire Soul. Feel free to add me on PlayStation and join my Discord. Just type in PSN in the stream chat, or Discord with the exclamation mark at the beginning of both of them, and I'll give you a link to my Discord, and also the PSN command will pop up my PlayStation ID tag so you can add me on PlayStation. So thanks for joining me, guys. It's been a pleasure streaming a little bit of Mass Effect, relaxing with you, and hope to see you all again. I believe next weekend is a no streaming weekend. I'll be coming out with a podcast, I think Friday evening, somewhere around there, about top 5 worst video game movies. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to be collabing with a friend of mine, and let me bring up his name. He's going by a cover name, so let me make sure I remember it right. Thanks, Chilled. You have a possum day too. Thanks for joining me. Let's see. Because I know his name, but he's going by a cover name like I do, so. Although I go by like a nickname cover name thing. Just got a specific name. And I should have wrote it down, and I didn't, because I thought I could just go back and look at my messages, but because I've been coordinating this podcast with him and talking with some other things, there's more messages, so I have to scroll all the way back. Let's see here. And hopefully we'll be doing a Moon Medicine Force interview too as well together, so we got a couple of things planned. He's going by the cover name Dekka. D-E-K-K-A. So it's gonna be Soul and Dekka covers top 5 worst video game movies on Friday. Podcast under the Soul's Ramblings for Mousters on Castbox. And then eventually I'm gonna be planning a a cover about ghosts and spirits episode for the Moon Medicine Force with Deca, so we're gonna do a couple podcasts together. I think it'll be interesting. Chilled goes, oh, right, alrighty. Yeah. So, one podcast for the stream and one podcast for the Moon Medicine Force. It's gonna be interesting. But just keep in mind, if you have an experience with paranormal or unexplained experiences, you can always contact me and I'll feature you in an episode about the same topic, and we'll discuss about your experience, how it made you feel, how we can best help you through it, or come to terms with it, or whatever you gotta do to have it not affect your life as badly or as negatively as possible. If it's not impacting you any drastically, you can still share your experience and share with other people so that you know that you're not alone out there. You're not crazy. That's the whole idea, is just to bring it out there, be part of the input collective to gather data about it and have it out there so that other people that are researching about the same thing can use your experience as evidence to put towards more proof or supportive theories about what's really going on. So I think it's very important to just get it out there. I put some of my personal experiences out there. I already got 2 podcasts under the Moon Medicine Force on Anchor and Spotify. I got 2 podcasts about real werewolves and reptilians. So if you guys are not familiar with them, I'm talking about cryptids and extraterrestrials. So I hope to cover more like stuff about spirits, the negative ones like demons, other stuff with cryptozoology like lake monsters, all fun stuff like that. So if you're interested in getting on that, look up the Moon Medicine Force on Anchor or Spotify, and you'll find them right then and there. You'll find the episodes. Feel free to follow, feel free to share with your friends or communities that are on the same topics. And I mean, that's that for that part. But I do have a podcast started for the Twitch stream channel here. And it's called Souls Ramblings for Mousters. And it's only on Castbox. And you just download the app for Castbox, Anchor, or Spotify. You can listen to one or the other channels. Chilled says, I think that stuff exists. I think I spelled it right. Yeah. I think you spelled it right too. Yeah, I can tell you right now, I don't care what anybody else says. All this stuff is real. Everything that's paranormal actually ties into everything extraterrestrial experienced. So, from what I understand, everything that's paranormal and unknown is explainable by science. We just don't have enough proof or enough people in on it to really figure it out on the human level and our scientific level. It's a lot more advanced. It has everything more to do with energy and the way certain elements like crystals and rocks can retain energy signatures or memories. That's what it really deals with. If you're experiencing negative entity forces, you're actually experiencing outer dimensional extraterrestrials, actually, is what I've come to find. And it's really interesting because you think spirits, demons, and all that stuff is separate from extraterrestrials. It's not. It's part of a whole... It can be confusing, but it's part of a whole mix mosh of all these different civilizations interacting with our planet. From what I've researched, there's between 14 to 22 races coming and going on our planet. So that's a lot of races, but of course you're going to be like, but Soul, we don't see all this every day. How do you know that there's 14 to 22? Well, research, eyewitness accounts. Apparently, there's a whole history behind it, which I could cover in a whole podcast, which are my plans. But everything is low-key, everything is hidden from humans on purpose, because it's similar to Star Trek. You know, they can't interact with lesser evolved homeworlds, that kind of thing. So what you see in Star Trek is very close to how everything is conducted on our planet. And it sounds really kooky and out there, but I swear to you, it's very close to, like, Star Trek rules, so to speak. Chill goes, maybe they hide in human form. Some do. Those are the reptilians. They used biotechnology to hide. They're way more advanced. It's like a hologram. And there's some people that will go, oh, this is just crazy talk. But, you know, if you really think about it, none of us are okay with the truth. And it's pretty much the same equivalent of dealing with, like, flat versus round Earth theory, an argument. Like, back then, everyone used to think the Earth was flat, and when they started talking about the Earth was round, people, like, looked at you like you were from a loony bin. And also, people that started just suggesting hand washing were looked at like they were crazy, and they were actually placed in insane asylums. There was a scientist that suggested hand washing as a standard routine on a day-to-day basis. He was locked in an insane asylum and beaten to death because he was considered crazy. So that's the way I see it. Everyone that thinks out of the box that has a higher form of thinking, we're always going to be looked at like we're crazy. But in reality, we're not. Crazy is when it's totally illogical, like 100%, and makes no sense. Chilled says, I wouldn't trust humans too, but the way some of them act towards something they don't understand, yeah. Notice how we had a boost of technological advancements, like in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, but now lately we've slowed down, and we've only really been able to advance on, like, cell phone technology, really, and, like, notice that our technological advances are, like, slow compared to, like, 80s and 90s and early 2000s. And then when you look at evolution on a grand scale with all the other creatures on this planet, if you compare their evolution time with our evolution branch in time, we evolved way too quickly. Way too quickly. I mean, they still can't fully explain how human ancestors went from walking on all fours and swinging in trees to walking upright suddenly. They still can't fully explain it. They can explain it in a basic broad term, but they can't explain why we're also the only hominid to have survived that branch when there was, like, I forget the exact number, but there were several hominids that walked upright when we started out. There were several of them in existence. They all ranged from different sizes, different appearances, and they all shared similar intelligence, like Neanderthal, Denisovans, and I believe there was about I have to look it up. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Let's see. How many species of hominids have existed? At least a dozen human-like species called hominids have lived on Earth. So about 12, I would say 12 to 16. 12, 14. At least 7 different species. So we got... I mean, if there's that many and we're the only survivors, how come we're the only ones? There's they list at least 15 species of hominids, human-like species, on pbs.org for evolution. It says fossils reveal the story of our relatives. And there's a lot of them. There's, I mean, one of the most famous ones that went extinct is Neanderthal. And there's something on PBS you can watch that I think it's a 2-part episode, 2 or 3-part episode about Neanderthals, and it's through PBS, and it's really recent with the most recent research and documented evidence and fossil data known up to date. And it's really amazing because they explain that the Neanderthals actually have a bigger brain than our brain. So back then, think about a Neanderthal and us, a human, standing side by side. Neanderthals were shorter, but they were also more compact and stocky. Their brains were bigger, but their brains were designed in a way where they were more reactive than we were. They didn't have the capability of thinking outside the box, per se, but they excelled in other areas more so than we did. So, in a fight between a Neanderthal and a human could probably outsmart Neanderthal, but a human stood 0 chance against fighting a Neanderthal, because the Neanderthal, because of their stocky, compact build, they were also quite muscular compared to us. So in a boxing match, we would lose pretty quickly in a boxing match. These guys also didn't have stamina like we did. We could run for long periods of time, but they were designed more for sprinting and short distance running, so they would probably ambush their prey, is what they concluded. And it's very, very interesting. Shield says, plus there's cave system humans haven't explored yet, so there could be reptilians hide in those unexplored caves. Here's the thing about your cave thing, Chilled. Certain caves we're not allowed to explore. Notice that we don't explore oceans or caves very much. Mainly caves. And it's really because the caves that we could explore, we're not allowed to. There's too much strange phenomenon behind it. The government doesn't want you to know, but some of these cave systems have hidden entrances that are for extraterrestrial bases, mainly what you call reptilian bases. I've recently found that there's 2 different races of reptilians. There's ones from space and ones that are native to Earth. Reptilians, they say they're originally from Earth, but I firmly believe they colonized Earth first. You have the whole dinosaur era. That's when they colonized and seeded Earth for their purposes. So in other words, no one really has a better claim to Earth than the reptilians. And it's mixed because we hear a lot of fear stuff, we hear a lot of negative stuff about them, but there's also a quite positive light to them. And those are the reptilians that are native directly to Earth. Those that were seeded on Earth and evolved on Earth naturally, and they took many, 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 many years to evolve, longer than we did, because we evolved too quickly. And these reptilians I call Terran Saurians, because Terra for Earth, Saurian for Dinosaur Era. And they're more friendly, more positive than the reptilians from space. And the Terran Saurians, they seem more positive, but very little is known about them. So I have to remedy my recent episode on the Moon Medicine Force about that, because they have a more positive outlook. They're just like humans are. There's good and there's bad in their society or their majority of people. And I'm not sure... They're saying, you know, it's a lower life form mentality to just label one species as good or bad. There's just organizations that you gotta watch out for. And a lot of them have claim to caves and underground systems, because when the asteroid hit, they went underground, waited it out, and evolved down there even further. Chills like true, yeah. And they evolved even further underground, but they still needed the natural sun. They need the sun for more energy. Sadly, all the horror stories about them needing to eat flesh is true, but I don't think the Terran Saurians are the kind where they're just gonna eat people just because they're evil or bad. They do need flesh to survive. They can't survive like us, where we are omnivorous. We can survive on either or. They have to consume flesh or meat, and so that's how they survive. But they still they have artificial sunlight. They have structures and cities underground that are deep underground through these cave systems, and it's highly advised that you don't seek these entrances out, because you could quite possibly accidentally stumble upon some cave entrances towards bases that are hostile towards humans. It's been confirmed that there are at least 3 races that are hostile towards humans, and they do not. That's why we don't go discovering cave after cave after cave, because these peoples or these beings, that's their territory, that's their base, and humans don't stand a chance. They just don't. Against higher evolved life form beings, we don't stand a chance technologically and physically. So, but I'm trying to research and uncover, you know, how can you have a positive experience with an extraterrestrial and, like, maybe meet one through this instance. And I don't think I'm starting to think through my conclusions that it's not advisable to go seeking a Terran Saurian, because, again, like human beings, not all of them are good or bad. So you just don't know which one you're going to encounter. Plus, there's a lot of rules on their side. They're not allowed to have their pictures taken. It sounds to me like they're living like Amish people, almost. And so you can't take their picture, and they don't want us to go around and, I guess, villainize them even further than they've already been villainized, because back in the day when the church started taking more power, and you have all these, like, evil creatures and demonic forces being talked about, they were demonizing the Terransorians. We used to have a time period where they did interact with us at one point. We did know about their existence, and they kind of just, it sounds to me like they kind of just stuck to themselves, but after a while, for whatever reason, the church suddenly went, okay, these guys are demons, they're not good, and we should kill them all and stuff. So I think that's why they even further stick to themselves, because they don't need us coming down and invading their areas and slaughtering their people just because we're afraid of them. Chilled. I would keep their secret if I found them by mistake, not saying I would go looking. Yeah, Chilled. Yeah, I for once, because I podcast about it, I for once would at least talk about and promote that, you know, they're okay, but I would never go about and say, here's where they are, this exact location, here's exactly who I talked to, and go here, here, and here, and here. That I wouldn't do. In my point of view, I'd rather have one of them approach me and voluntarily talk about stuff with me and tell me whether or not they were okay with me sharing their information. I would at least share the positive lights about them and say maybe I found it through research and stuff like that. I would definitely figure out a way how to just not blow them out, you know? It's like telling on your best friend their darkest secrets kind of thing. But yeah, you don't want to purposely go looking in cave systems. Especially when there's other stuff out there, like, not too many people agree with me on this on Reddit, but I'm very vocal about promoting the positive light with dogmen, but I call them wolfen. They look like werewolves, but they actually have their origins in space. And those guys are hit or miss with encounters. Most of them are negative, terrifying encounters that are quite scary, and so I do not recommend going out there and just invading any of their territories or their spaces or what they think is theirs or their home areas, because basically it's like walking into a stranger's house and expecting that they're not going to shoot you or threaten you to get out. It's just common sense. A lot of us humans want to sit there and say, oh, that's an animal, that's a being. And I think the first step is to start saying, hey, animals are beings too. And hey, skin color doesn't matter. That's the first step to getting to a higher mindset and being able to fully look at a different culture and recognize it as a different culture and respect that other culture. That's where I've been going with all my spirituality and stuff. That's where I'm going with my podcast. So basically, when you meet someone who is of a different culture than you, which I think applies to animals too, like cats, dogs, deer, whatever you encounter, they're all beings. They may not be all human beings, but they are still thinking, feeling, and feeling, and emotional beings. They express their emotions, maybe differently than humans, but they still express emotions. They still have thought behind, you know, what they react to. And I mean, when you look at your pet, let's say my cat, when I look at her, she's very intelligent. She may not be able to do everything that I can do, but she does have emotions. Like, she expresses love to me, she expresses, you know, when she's tired, she expresses when she's hungry, thirsty. Those are a form of intelligence. And when you... It may not be a high intelligence, but it's still a form of intelligence. So in my book, they're still considered a being, a living being. So if you can embrace the intelligence behind your everyday cat or dog and realize that they themselves don't sit there and worry themselves about what color the other animal is and have certain preferences for certain colored animals, like, that's when you realize they have a higher moral or just a higher maturity level than you do. That's what I'm going to say about that. Like, you got to think about things that way, because I've had, before I go, I want to share that, you know, I've had telepathic communications with two beings that are not of this world, and it's pretty much a given and a matter of fact when they express to me, you know, everyone that lives on Earth is an Earthling. If you think about it, we all live on Earth, so we are all Earthlings. What you call animals, they're beings too. What you call aliens, they're beings too. What you call humans, they're beings too. They are all the same. We all think and want and desire things and feel things, and we may all be different as terms of level of intensity of intelligence, but we are all beings. Just like if you were to, let's say, hurt someone or something, they feel that hurt, they react to it, and they think in order to react. They're a living being, and all life should be respected, and all life is sacred. It really is. You have this body, and this is the body you have for this lifetime. You might think of, you know, you might believe in reincarnation, which I believe in, but it still doesn't negate the fact that you get one body per lifetime, and that's a unique vessel for you to use that is you, that is expression of you. And so if you can't think that way yet, then you should work towards thinking this way, because I'm not saying that I go full-fledged vegetarian, vegan because of this. I'm saying, you know, just because I respect all life doesn't mean that I can't understand the full balance of it. And I'll admit, I'm still an omnivore. I still eat white meat. I don't really eat much red meat anymore, if any at all. That's just my instinctual route that I've been taking, because I find it helps with my psychic abilities a lot more, my intuition. Chilled, I like being open-minded. Yeah, I am as open-minded as I possibly can be that I think I am. So I'll admit, it's very alienating when you feel like you're the only one who thinks this way, because you have a lot of people that would rather talk about other people rather than talk about how wonderful the flowers smelled and were beautiful that day. We have a lot of people that would rather talk about Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump than talk about, oh, I learned this on Discovery Channel about dolphins, and they were amazing, and I also learned this about, you know, our solar system, how, I'm just going to give an example, like how the moon revolves around Earth some odd many times at some odd speed. Like, that is more interesting to me than the latest drama update about somebody or something in the celebrity standpoint, political stuff. I'm not saying that I don't care about the news, but I'm just saying that there's stuff out there that you could be learning. There's stuff out there you could be paying more attention to about the insignificant stuff, because let me tell you, when you talk about, let's say, for example, Kim Kardashian, how embarrassed she was about her big butt, like, this is something that should only take a second of your time, not an all day or all month event. That should be something that's like 5 seconds, move on, okay. If you're going to talk about the flowers and how they smelled and what they looked like and how beautiful they were the one day and that they only lasted a week, and you appreciated them and you watered those flowers or stuff like that, you could spend, 30 minutes, hour, or a week talking about. Even down to the fact that you notice little things about flowers, like how plants actually move with the sun. Even though they're stationary, they still move and orient themselves to the sun. So you could talk about more stuff like that, and that I would love nothing more than to have like a conversation with podcast stuff. So if you're interested in getting involved in my podcast and maybe being a co-host for an episode or two, feel free to let me know, because I'm always thinking of ideas and I never know what episode I'm going to do next. So if you really want to just have a discussion with me one day, maybe I can just record it as a podcast and have that as a discussion, because that'd be really fun. I love trying to think outside of what I call, quote unquote, outside the cage, because when you think outside the box, I feel like you're still thinking about the standard norm of society and what they place for your standards. So I say outside the cage, because a lot of what we consider normal with our day and age actually isn't normal. Like, I'll admit, like, having a cell phone and all the time I spend on social media posting and updating things is ridiculous. I'd rather be outside and experiencing nature. Not saying that I don't like streaming and podcasting, I'm just saying, like, I just don't like being on technology for, like, day in, day out, all day, every single day. I gotta have some fresh air, I gotta have some exercise or something, even though I can't really exercise much lately. But yeah, that's where I'm going with my podcasts, and I love streaming. I want to stream more, but until I go back to my 3-day work weeks, I'm stuck streaming like once every other week on Saturdays. But if I have the time to stream more, I will. Definitely. Just like today. So, I don't know, do you want to ask me any more questions, Chilled? I feel like you might want to ask me a question for some reason. I'll wait and see if Chilled wants to ask me a question. Let's see. Oops. No, I want to go back.
Bridge is yours, Pathfinder.
Chilled's like, not at this time, but that was interesting to hear, yeah. My research has uncovered a whole lot. It started in March, you know. I'll just save here, actually, because I know I'll have to go back down. But yeah, like, I've uncovered a lot of research about stuff in combination with my telepathic communications. My communications aren't all the time. I have to say, I actually almost checked myself in with a psychiatrist because I thought I was going crazy. But that's why I started researching, because I wanted to see if it didn't check out, then I knew it would be something that's gone horribly wrong with me mentally. So I did research and I found out over time slowly that all the information that I thought I was thinking was checking out in all of in all of my communications. And it was really creepy to me because I'm sitting there going like, dude, there's no way I can know about this. Like, I did not know about this beforehand, and there's no way I can know about this now, and how do I know about it? So that's how I deducted that it's telepathic communications. Some people might say it's communications through spirit or stuff like that, but when I hear someone say spirit or through spirit, I automatically think telepathic communications. Chill goes, you're not crazy. I know I'm not crazy. Otherwise, I mean, I thought, maybe I was having a bout of, like, schizophrenia or something. Because it was very consistent for 3 months straight every single day. And now it's tapered off a bit. And I noticed it has everything to do with, what I need to know. You know, stuff like, kind of like a need to know basis, or whether or not they're busy and what they're doing, or what kind of diet I'm eating. Like, I notice if I eat more red meat, my telepathic communications are a bit harder to receive. Like, I'm mostly a receiver. I can exchange a bit on my own, but I can never fully initiate it all the time on my own, so I guess it just depends if someone's receptive to it or not. But as far as telepathically communicating with another human being, I can't do. I want to say it's probably a different type of connection, because I notice I can only really communicate with those that I have a close bond with or a deep bond with. So it's something that, something with energy, connected energy, and deep bonding. So it's very interesting. I'm all going by intuition and research, and I've yet to really find someone else that actually truly understands 100% what I'm going through, if that makes any sense. It's very, I would say very lonely, and at first it was very, like, nerve-wracking. I wouldn't say scary, but nerve-wracking, because I already have enough health issues as it is, and I don't need, like, schizophrenia added onto it. So, I only laugh because, like, I swear I thought I was going schizophrenic or something, or gonna have, like, a mental breakdown, and I'm sitting there going, like, well, I am under a lot of stress. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm gonna crack. Maybe it's that time. No, it's not. It's really just, another new experience that I'm experiencing that isn't widely accepted by the world, so. But I'm gonna toodles. I'm gonna feed my cat Elsa. She's waiting very patiently for her food. Even though she's got some dry food she can nibble on, she's looking outside and waiting for me to feed her, so. I want you all to have a very awesome rest of your weekend. And if you gotta go to work tomorrow, have a great day at work for the week. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And hopefully on Friday you'll listen to my podcast for Soul's Ramblings for Mousters on Castbox for top 5 worst video game movies. We're going to be covering Blood Rain. We're going to be covering Super Mario Bros. We're probably going to be covering Mortal Kombat. Although I just watched the first one because I knew nothing about Mortal Kombat movies. I know only the basics about the games. I've never played them at all. So I'm probably going to be watching the next Mortal Kombat movie tonight just for this podcast and see if it's worse than the first one. I actually have to say I liked Mortal Kombat. It was an interesting 90s film to watch. Little cheesy because it was live action and they were doing like anime reactions, like the eye twitch and other classic funny stuff. Chilled, Mortal Kombat isn't that bad. Yeah, I have to say though, like, I was told there's at least one Mortal Kombat movie that was bad for some reason, so I'm just gonna watch the second one. I think it's the second one. One of them was bad, definitely not the first one. Chilled for its time. Yeah, for its time. I think 90s when you had the 3D animated reptilian dude in there, like that was the best 3D animation you could possibly get at that time. And I thought, you know, it was still good, even though like the whole model was cheesy and totally 90s modeled. I have to say it was still pretty good. I'm pretty sure if they could remake it and do it again nowadays, it would look way different. Okay, Else, we're gonna feed you, don't worry. I'm wrapping up now. I had to ramble. She's bugging me now. So I'm gonna toodles, and stay tuned for Friday's podcast on Soul's Ramblings for Mousters on CastBox. If you're not following me already on Twitch, drop a follow, turn your notifications on. Don't forget to join the Discord. Put !Discord in the stream chat to pull up my link so you can join the Discord. And everyone, have a wonderful evening to your weekend, and have an awesome possum week for work. Childa goes, bye, Soul and Elsa. Aw, thank you. Toodle toodles, meow 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 meow. Elsa says toodles, and she says feed me now. I'm gonna go feed her. Take care, guys.